Hello there, everybody. So I posted a video about hot water immersion versus ice dye, and I had some questions about hot water immersion versus liquid dye. So today I'm going to show you that process. We'll see the final results and just get into some of the intricacies of the differences. So let's get into it. The colors I decided to use were, first of all, Lime Pop. So here's the liquid on the right. You'll see the liquid on the right the whole time. So here I'm just applying the liquid, then here I'm applying the powder, because on the left it will be my hot water immersion project. So another thing to think about the liquid, you can see it spread a lot. I should have put less on. I don't do a lot of liquid, so I'm still learning some of the intricacies there. Here's this next color, it's Amethyst. And so you can see, again, that Lime Pop spread into the center. It's okay, you know, we're just having fun. There's no right or wrong in tie-dye. Here is Nightshade. This is like a really dark purple color, kind of navy purple. And this was kind of when I was in a Halloween-y mood. So this is kind of a Halloween-y project on accident. And then here's Raven. And this is a really dark black. It's black. And it's the black I use when I'm trying to get the truest black, but I will say it splits blue, which doesn't matter here because I'm not doing ice dye, so it won't split. So here is the hot water immersion technique. Here on the left, you boil some water and you put it in a garden hose sprayer and you just mist it on. And you can see with the hot water immersion, it kind of splatters the dye a little bit. That's one thing to keep in mind. It's kind of splattering onto that green, but it'll still look cool. You'll see it still looks cool. I flipped these projects over so that I could apply more color to them. That's a typical thing you do with liquid and hot water as well. And it's something I don't really do with my ice dye projects. Again, if you are curious about the ice dye comparison of hot water immersion, I have a video on that as well. This one I just wanted to show liquid, obviously. And I'm just trying to apply those things where they were before. I tried to speed it up for you so you didn't have to sit here and watch me apply powder for 25 minutes. You know how it is. The other thing I will say is the rinse out process. You'll see that they were almost the exact same amount of time. So that's one thing that was exactly the same. The rinse out process is identical for these two things. Here again, I'm adding that boiling water onto that mist. I let the liquid sit for about, I would say 12 hours. And this hot water, I let it sit for about 20 minutes. So there's a pro. This is way quicker to do the hot water immersion. So if you're in a hurry, hot water immersion is the way to go. But I will say the liquid, 12 hours is not bad for a batch time. When you're doing ice dye, you're waiting like 24 hours. So liquid is also, you know, relatively quick. But if you really want it done, hot water immersion is the way to go. If you're doing like a tie-dye night, hot water immersion is a great option because they can take home their item washed. A lot of times if you're doing liquid dye or ice dye, you send it home for them to batch and then they have to rinse it at home. So that's another bonus if you are interested in hosting some sort of tie-dye night or doing this as a project as a group and you want the full project to be finished up by the end of the time. Hot water immersion is the way to go. So here's liquid. Oh, another thing I'll tell you is I did a spiral here and you can see that blue painter's tape. I used that blue painter's tape to keep it in a spiral. You can also use like magic tracks, but I like the painter's tape personally because it doesn't smash my project. Some people use rubber bands and I feel like it smashes the spiral. So I personally use painter's tape with all my spirals. So there's a hot tip for ya. And my rinse out process, cool water, hot water, Dawn dish soap with hot water, and then I put it in a washing machine on hot. Some people like to do a hot water soak. I don't do that. Here is the hot water immersion. You can see it's kind of splattery, kind of a little funky. And then here, this is a much cleaner liquid dye project. It's hard to compare these final results because they look totally different, but here's the final results. Hope you enjoyed.
thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked this, please like and subscribe. I do tutorials like this twice a week. I also go live on Saturdays if you want to join me for that. If you are new to tie-dye or you're seasoned in tie-dye, I have a link below for a free printable for 12 folds for tie-dye. I made it really pretty. It's a gorgeous little ebook. I also have an Etsy store. If you liked what I had today, it might already be gone, but you can always pick up something else. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.